vein.
Now you got to tell us the rest of the Frosted Flakes story before we got interrupted.
Okay, all right.
About the guy that was going to get cut or something over the Frosted Flakes.
Yeah, over the Frosted. Now this is about everybody know the notorious Born Son. I mean, he up there on YouTube. Born Son took over Brownsville. Born Son did this. He was a terror in his day. But now he's a changed man. You know, thank God he's a changed man now. And but back then, Born Son.
I'm taking a picture of you with this in there.
Born Son, you remember this? Born Son was the Frosted Flake thief. I had Born Son working for me in the Bing. That morning, like I said, they didn't eat. So I said, who was working? And they said, Born Son. Once they said his name, I was like, I said, okay, I'll be right back. I told the officer, I said, listen, what house Born Son in? They told me a house. I go to Born Son area where he at. I'm banging on the door. The officer let me in. I said, yo, where Born Son at, man? Where's his cell at? They said, Ebon, what's wrong? Don't worry, I got it. Where he at? I go there, Born Son on his bed, big bowl of Frosted Flake, milk dripping down the side of his face. What's up, E? What's up, E? What's going on? Yo, Born Son, man, you bugging. What up, E? Yo, you did the feeding and you didn't give him no Frosted Flake. Yo, E, what, they snitch? They snitch? Nah, son, but where the Frosted Flakes at, Born? Where they at? Oh, man, them niggas done snitched on me. Yo, open the cell. Look under the bed. The whole box of Frosted Flakes. He got the whole case under his bed. He done fed them guys jelly, butter bread, Kool-Aid, but they did not get no Frosties. He said, E-boy, they don't rock no Frosty Flakes. I'm like, yo, come on, man, give me the box, man, come on. You know, so we kind of put Born Son on a burn, took the job for about 2 weeks. See, do he learn his lesson? Because it was hard to get somebody to work in the Bing. Anybody can't work the Bing. They will cut them. I'm telling you. Yo, son, bring me a razor. If you don't bring me a razor, I'm going to split your wig, nigga. Don't come in here tomorrow without no razor. I'm telling you. Next you know, they bringing him a razor. And if he don't bring him a razor, he gonna get cut. And that don't mean he gonna get cut by him. The word is down the tier. Yo, he didn't bring what we asked him. And they'll tear their ass up. You know what I'm saying? So it was one day, I couldn't get nobody to work for me. I'm like, what I'm gonna do now? Who comes through the jail? Big Ro. Big Ro's a booty bandit. Big Ro knocked niggas out with his dead arm. Big Ro wears pants all the way to his stomach. And he walked through the hall like this. And he walking through the hall. And I seen inmates in the huddle one day. I said, well, these guys in the huddle. We don't do this in jail. It was by the gym. So I go over there. I'm like, yo, what's going on? So I walk between them and look. Big Ro on his knees like this. And he turned around and looked at me. He said, yo, hey. I said, Big Ro, what you doing? He said, you know, I'm schooling the little homies, I said, man, y'all get up and get out of here, y'all. And they was like, okay, yo. So I look at Ro say, yo, what's poppin', Pa? What's up? I said, came to my, like a light up in your head. Bing! Yo, Big Ro, you need a job? Yo, hey, you wanna give me a job? You need a job? Yeah, I give you a job. Ain't nobody wanna give me a job. You got a job. Come with me. I bring Big Ro down in the Bing with me, right? He come down in the Bing. I said, now, Ro, you know how this go. You know, you bring them the trays, you know, when the food come and stuff. And he said, I got this, right? Now, he got a repetition all over Brownsville, all over Brooklyn, Manhattan, everywhere. Big Rollers know he's a notorious booty bandit.
And this is an inmate or a guard?
This is an inmate.
An inmate that you were allowed to just have him work with you and help you?
Huh?
He was allowed to just help you?
Yeah, listen, I'm the Bing officer. Nobody can't work down there. We need somebody.
Okay, so you get the booty bandit to help you.
I got the booty bandit.
So what happens next?
So now, Big Ro comes down there, and he's sitting at the table by the bubble. The captain comes in. Captain come in, and hey, what up? Hey, how you doing? He walked by, and he looked down, and he see Big Ro, and he kept walking, then he stopped. Matter of fact, the captain was Captain Kelly, big black captain, my man. He turned around and looked. He ain't finished walking down the tier. He came back to me and said, Ebron, come in for me. I said, yo, Cap, what's up, man? He said, Ebron, you know who that is? I said, yeah, that's Big Ro. He said, yo, that's the booty bandit. I said, I know I got him. He said, Ebron, you better be careful. You don't let him run up on them one of the kids that be boys up down here and get up in them. I said, don't worry about it. I got this. I said, Ro, go ahead and give out the food. I'm watching him, Ro, go down there with the wagon. On your gate. When they see his Ro, the first inmate say, yo, everybody play your gate. They got on the gate. They said, oh, hell fucking no. Ro said, who want the Kool-Aid? Get on the gate. Everybody got on the gate. And when they saw it was Ro, when he gave him the Kool-Aid, he got the little green cup, their hand come out like this. The Kool-Aid spilling all over the fucking head. Okay? I see his Kool-Aid dripping, right? They said, yo, he born out, he Big Ro, nigga. Yo. All right, now they got their food. Now, here go the kicker. Okay. All right, who want to take a shower? Ain't nobody coming out. Nah, that's all right. We don't want no shower. Nobody come out for the motherfucking shower.
They don't want the booty bandit to get him.
They ain't coming out with no stuff. But yo, y'all was bad. Y'all was cutting, slicing and dicing, threatening everybody. But now I got a real one down here with me. They don't want to come out for no shower.
So it was normal to have an inmate working with the prison guard?
Oh, yeah, you got a house gang, you got suicide aides.
Okay.
Born's son was a suicide aide, but he worked, a different tour than mine. But I had Ro, and even when Ro went back to regular population after, I had to walk him back to his house because he was that notorious. When the inmates see him walk, people go the other way. And that's some real talk. They was going the other way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like I tell you, he walked through the hall like this, got his belt all the way to his stomach, like he was from Beverly Hillbillies. So he looked different, Big dude, he looked different, but he walked with a slant. That arm supposed to have been dead. They said he knocked out a horse with that arm. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he was knocking everybody out, with that dead arm. I mean, when I went to his housing area to get him, the officer looked at me and said, Ebron, thank you for taking him. Because he was in the day room. Now, you know what day room. He was in the day room with a TV all by himself. And these are adults. Instead of them being in the day room with him, they was in the corner where they not supposed to be hanging at. Nobody went in that day room with him. Nobody. So they was relieved when I went down there to get him. What shocked me was when I went down to get him, I said, Ro, come on with me, because he was writing the letter. He wasn't even scared of nothing Because you're never supposed to turn your back in jail. You're always supposed to keep your eyes open everywhere. Always be aware because shit pop off just like that. But Ro, he was like this, writing a letter. I leaned on him. I said, yo, Ro. He like this. Hey, E. I said, yo, you all right? He said, I'm just writing my grandmother. I said, all right, well, you go ahead and write your grandmother, and I come back for you. No, I want to go with you, E. All right, come on. So he get up. All the inmates, like I told you, is in the corridor. Grown men. Not no adolescents, these grown men. He walked to one of the men and said, stand by my cell until I get back. And don't let nobody touch nothing. Dude said, all right. When I walked him out that gate, I seen everybody going in the day room to look at TV. Tell me that ain't something, man.
Yeah.
Officer told me when I brought him back later that afternoon, that inmate that he told to stand by his cell was still there when I got back.
And there's guys that gain that much respect in